My voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
In the last lecture, we have studied how to find out the centroid of T section as well as the centroid of I section. Now, in this lecture, we will study the centroids, how to find out the centroids of different shapes of figures. Okay, so we will begin with inverted T section. So write down the numerical. Locate the centroid of inverted T section having flange dimensions 120 mm by 20 mm and web dimensions 100 mm by 20 mm. So we need to find out the centroid. Door closed. So we need to find out the centroid of this. Okay. Inverted T section means reverse T. Ulta T section सांगितलेलं त्यांनी. That is the meaning of inverted T section. Now, if we draw the diagram of this inverted T section, this is your web. Now, this is the flange. This is the inverted T section. And what are the dimensions given to us? So the dimensions are flange dimension is 120 by 20 mm. Okay, so flange is this one. So this dimension it is given to us as 120 mm and this is 20 mm. So this is 120 mm and this is 20 mm. And then web is 100 by 20 mm. So this dimension of the web, it is 20 mm and this depth of the web, it is 100 mm. So this is 20 mm by 100 mm. Okay. Now see the diagram and let me know about which axis it is symmetric. First see the symmetry of the diagram. Okay. So the given diagram is symmetric about
x-axis.
how it is symmetric about x-axis? It is symmetric about
Y-axis.
y-axis. Okay. So now if you see here, if I draw the x-axis will be like this. Okay. So the upper part and the lower part are not matching with each other. The part which is above the x-axis and the part which is below the x-axis, they are not matching with each other. Okay. So it is not symmetric about x-axis. Now if we draw y-axis, now see this is the y-axis. Okay. Now you can see the part of the figure, the part of this diagram which is on the left hand side of this y-axis, it is similar to the part which is on the right hand side of the y-axis. So this diagram is symmetric about y-axis. Okay. So now after the symmetry, now we know that the diagram is symmetric about y-axis. Now you know that if the diagram is symmetric about y-axis, which value we directly get?
X bar.
X bar. So the formula for X bar will be, it is longest horizontal distance longest horizontal distance divided by 2. So it is divided by 2. So now let us know what is the longest horizontal distance. What is the longest horizontal distance?
120.
120. Okay, so it is 120 divided by 2, which is equal to 60 mm. So now we know the x bar. Now we need to find out the y bar. Okay, so for the y bar, we can't use this type of formula, that is the longest vertical distance by 2. Why we can't use that formula for y bar? Because the given figure is not symmetric about x-axis. So that direct formula of y bar we cannot use like x bar. Okay, so to find out y bar, we have to divide this figure into two known areas, a1, a2, and then by using that formula, we are going to calculate the y bar. Okay, so to know that y1 and y2, we should locate first the reference axis. So we will draw the reference axis first. So I will take this left hand side corner, and from here, this is the x-axis. This is the location of the x-axis. And from the same corner, this is the location of y-axis. So that our figure is in the first quadrant. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Okay. Now I will call this as my first figure, first area, and I will call this rectangle as a second area. Now we know the formula. It is y bar is equal to what? Y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 divided by a1 plus a2. So now we will calculate this a1 a2 then y1 y2. So a1 is equal to, a1 is the first area. So first area, this dimension is 100, this is 20. So it will be 20 into 100. So how much it is? 2000. 2000 mm square. Then second area is A2. What is the value of A2 now? This is the second rectangle. This dimension is 20. This is 120. So it will be 120 into 20. So which is 2400 mm square. After this, we will calculate Y1 and then Y2. So Y1, what is the Y1? Now locate the centroid of the first figure. 1 stands for first figure. So see the first diagram. This is your first rectangle, that is 20 mm by 100 mm. तर या rectangleचा centroid इथं कुठेतरी असेल. Somewhere here, the centroid of this rectangle will be there. Okay. So the distance of this centroid from x-axis is nothing but your y1. Okay. So if I locate this, so this distance, this is nothing but your y1. This much of distance. Okay. So let me know the value of y1. What will be the y1?
70 mm.
Y1 is 70 mm. How it is 70? Because this total is 100. This is the centroid. So from the centroid, this topmost fiber distance is 50. And from the centroid up to this point, this is 50. Because for rectangle, the formula is b by 2 and d by 2. So we need to do the half. So if this total is 100, this will be 50. But I want the distance from this axis. So I have to add this much of distance. So this is 20 mm. So it is 50 plus 20. So total 70 mm. So it will be 100 by 2 plus 20, which is equal to 70 mm. Now similarly, we need to calculate the y2. Now y2 2 stands for the second area. Now see the second rectangle 120 by 20 mm. The centroid of this rectangle may be situated somewhere here. Okay, so the y2 means the distance of the centroid from the x-axis. This is nothing but this is your y2. Now what will be the value of y2?
10 mm.
10 mm. So this total is 20. So half of that is 10. So y2 will be 20 by 2, which is equal to 10 mm. Now put these values in the above equation so that you will get the value of y bar. So I will write here only. So A1 is 2000 into y1 is 70, bracket complete, plus A2 A2 is 2400 into Y2 into Y2. So the Y2 you have to take 10 mm and whole divided by A1 plus A2. Okay, you do the calculation. Okay, so put the value then A1 2000 plus 2400. Okay, so what is the answer? 70, 37.27. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So answer is 37.27 mm. So finally you should write the answer as G x bar y bar is equal to G stands for centroid. It is X is 60 mm, X bar is 60 mm and Y bar is 37.27 mm. So you should understand meaning of this. The meaning of this is this inverted T section is having the location of the centroid. These are the ordinates of the centroid. So X bar is 60 mm. So from Y axis, if you travel a distance of 60 mm, that is the horizontal distance you should travel. And then 37.27 mm Y bar. So from X axis, 37.27. So if I count from the X axis, this is 20. So above this, somewhere here you will get the centroid. This is the centroid of this inverted T section. And as the figure is symmetric about this y-axis, so all these three centroids will be on the y-axis, same line. Okay, so this is the technical meaning of symmetry that I have already explained to you in the last lecture. Okay, so now after this we will take one more numerical. So the next is locate the centroid of following figure. Locate the centroid of following figure. Okay, we need to locate the centroid of this figure, so I will draw the diagram. So this is the given diagram. And now the dimensions are this is 100 mm. Now if I project this from this point and also from this point, this is the circle and this is the topmost point. so that I can write the dimensions. Now this much of the dimension it is. This is 30 mm. Then from this point up to here, this is also 30 mm. And from top up to here, this point, this is also 30 mm. And you need to find out what they have done. See, you have to find out the centroid of this hatched area. Hatching is given over here. So I will do the hatching. You need to find out the centroid of this area which is given by hatching. Okay. So basically what is given, a triangle is there. This is a triangle which is having base 100 and total height of the triangle is 90 mm. And from that a circle is deducted. Okay. So from the triangle, this circle is deducted. There is, you can assume that there is this circular hole in this triangle. So initially the triangle was there, and from that triangle, this circle is deducted. It is taken out from the triangle. Okay. And this dimension of the circle is given to you. So the diameter of the circle is known to you. It is 30 mm. And now you have to calculate the centroid of this remaining figure. Centroid of this remaining figure. Now think on that and let me know how you will solve this problem.
सर्कलचं सेंट्रॉइड काढावं लागतं.
काय करावं लागेल?
सर्कलचं सेंट्रॉइड.
ठीक आहे की सर्कलचा सेंट्रॉइड काढावं लागेल, बरोबर आहे. अजून फक्त सर्कलचा सेंट्रॉइड काढलं की आलं का आन्सर तुमचं? Have you understood the problem? The problem is that one triangle is there, and from that triangle a circle is taken out. Okay, it is deducted. It is not added. Please remember that it is deducted.
Sir, first we can conclude that there is an imaginary circle, and then we can minus of that center of that circle again.
Okay, we have to minus it. That is correct. Now see how to solve this problem. So don't forget the basic steps. Always start from the basic steps. Okay. Now the given figure, this given figure, it is symmetric about which axis, X or Y?
Y-axis.
The given figure is symmetric. Now see, if I draw the x-axis over here, see, this is my x-axis. Okay, I have drawn this x-axis. Is this given figure is symmetric about this x-axis?
No, sir.
Because the upper part of this x-axis is not matching with the lower part of the x-axis. So this is not symmetric about x-axis. Okay. Now if I draw the y-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay. Now see, is this figure is symmetric about y-axis now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is symmetric because you can see the left hand side part, this much of part of this figure is symmetric with the part which is on their right hand side of this y-axis. So this figure is symmetric about y-axis. So I can write here the given figure is symmetric about y-axis. So now if the figure is symmetric about y-axis, which value you will directly get, x bar or y bar? X bar. Okay, x bar. So what is the formula for x bar then? Longest horizontal distance divided by 2. So what is the longest horizontal distance over here? This is 100 mm.
100 mm.
So 100 divided by 2. So therefore, your value of x bar is 50 mm. So half of the job is done. We found out we have find out now what is the value of x bar. Okay, we got the value of x bar now. Now half of the job is still remaining. We need to find out the value of y bar also. So as the figure is not symmetric about x-axis, we cannot use this direct formula for y bar. So for y bar, we have to use the conventional formula. So y bar is equal to, our formula is a1 y1, a2 y2, and here I will write a1 and a2. Now what sign we should write over there? So see, this is a triangle, and from this triangle, this circle is taken out. It is deducted. So the remaining area will be hatched area. म्हणजे triangle मधनं circle काय केलेलं आहे, काढून घेतलेलं आहे. So it is deducted. That is why this formula will be minus. Okay, a1 y1 minus a2 y2 divided by a1 plus a2. एवढ्या वेळाचे जे प्रॉब्लेम होते, हा जो प्रॉब्लेम आहे टी सेक्शनचा, इथं काय झालेलं आहे, तर या रेक्टँगलला हा रेक्टँगल जोडलेला आहे म्हणजे काय केलेलं आहे, ऍडिशन केलेली आहे. सो दॅट इज वाय हियर वी हॅव यूज्ड प्लस साइन. ओके, and now in this problem if you see, from this triangle this circle is taken out, so it is deducted. So that is why we have used over here the minus sign. ओके, जो एरिया काढून घेतलेला आहे त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला मायनस साइन वापरावं लागेल. डिडक्शन जिथं असेल तिथं मायनस साइन यूज करा. अँड व्हेनेवर देयर इज ऍडिशन ऑफ द एरियाज देन यू शुड यूज प्लस साइन. So this is the formula for y bar. Now our job is very simple. Just we have to calculate the values of a1, a2 and the values of y1, y2. But to calculate the values of this y1 and y2, we should locate the reference axis first. Okay, so I will draw the reference axis. So I will draw it from the left hand side corner. So this is my reference y axis. Similarly, I will draw my reference x-axis. So this is my reference x-axis. So this is x and this is y. So now we will calculate the values a1 and a2. A1 is the area of this triangle. See, my first figure is triangle. This triangle is my first figure. Whatever this triangle is there, this triangle is my first figure. And this circle is my second figure. Okay, so a1 is the area of the triangle. So the formula for the area of the triangle is half into base into height. So half into base of the triangle is 100 mm, and total height of the triangle is 30 plus
90.
30 plus 30. So it is 90. So let me know what is the value.
4500.
So it is 4500 mm square. This is my value of a1. Similarly, I will calculate the value of a2. A2 is my circle. So area of the circle is pi r square. Pi r square, which is equal to pi as it is
225 pi
into
15
this
square.
is 13. So 15 square. 30 is the diameter. This 30 is nothing but this out to out distance. This is 30. So diameter is 30. So radius is 15. So what is the answer? $706.86. Okay. 706.86 mm square. So after a1, a2, now calculate y1, y2. Now y1. Now you tell me what is the meaning of y1? 1 stands for first area. So I should look the area triangle. What is my first area? My first area is triangle. And y1 is the distance of the centroid of this triangle from x-axis. Okay, so this is the triangle now. So I assume that the centroid of this triangle may be somewhere here. Okay, it is not exactly here. We will say that it is over here. Okay, so y1 means what? Y1 means the distance of this centroid of this triangle from x-axis. So this is my distance y1. So this is nothing but isosceles or equilateral triangle. You should see the formula. What formula I have given you for the y bar of isosceles and equilateral triangle? What is the formula? Formula is there in your notebook.
Yeah, it's
H by 3.
So y bar, it is nothing but h by 3. So h is our 90. 90 divided by 3, which is equal to
30.
30 mm. This is our y1. Okay. Now second thing is that y2. So y2 is the centroid of this circle. This centroid will be here at the center. Okay. So the
45.
y2 will be
45.
y2 is 45, correct. So y2 will be this much of distance. This is nothing but your y2. Okay. So the y2 is equal to, see, this is circle, this diameter is 30 mm. हा ह्याचा जर डायमीटर पूर्ण 30 असेल तर या सेंट्रॉइड पासून इथपर्यंत डिस्टन्स किती झालं 15. रेडियस असणार आहे 15 आणि त्याच्या खाली किती आहे इथं या सर्कल पासून खाली किती आहे 30. म्हणजे 30 अधिक 15 जर तुम्ही केलं तर तुम्हाला काय मिळेल y2 मिळेल. सो युअर y2 विल बी इट इज 30 प्लस 30 बाय 2. ओके. हे तुम्ही लिहिल्या नाही टर्म तरी चालतंय. डायरेक्ट तुम्ही इथे डिस्टन्स लिहिलं 30 mm 45 mm तरी चालतंय. हे तुम्हाला समजायसाठी लिहिलेलं आहे मी 30 प्लस 30 बाय 2 किंवा लास्ट प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये पण मी जे काही लिहिलं असेल इट इज फॉर युअर अंडरस्टँडिंग. यू कॅन स्किप दिस अँड यू कॅन डायरेक्टली राईट दिस 45 mm ऑल्सो. देर इज नो प्रॉब्लेम. So now put all these values in the formula of the y bar and let me know what is the value of y bar. Do the calculation. किती आलं? 706.5 86 नाही आहे का? 85 आहे का 86 आहे? नुसतं 5 आहे.
नाही सर 86 च आहे.
86 येते का?
येस सर.
चेक करा परत एकदा. पायची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेटर वरची यूज करा. 3.14 असं टाकू नका. बघा अजून एकदा करून. $23.08 तुमचं किती आलं y bar? So if I put the value, is y bar is equal to, if you put the value y bar is equal to, it is A1 4500 into y1 is 30 minus A2 706.86 into 45 whole divided by 4500 minus 706.86. किती येते आन्सर? Here someone has given me the answer 23.08. Is it right? See on the board. 23.08. Please check the answer. 23 point नंतर दुसरं काही जरी आलं तरी चालेल. It is not such a big deal. 706.5 706 तर येत नाही तर. That is the important thing. That may be the variation depending upon the calculator to calculator.
My answer 27.20.
किती आला आन्सर?
27.20.
27.20 and 23.08. So I have got two answers, 23.08 and 27.20. Any other answer is there?
27.2047.
27.20. अजून बाकीच्यांनी पण चेक केले का? किती आलं? 27 असतं. Okay. So this answer is correct. 27.20 is the correct answer. Okay. So who has got this 23.08? You can check the answer once again. Okay. So majority is saying 27.2. So I will take this as a correct answer. So now your x bar is 50 mm and your y bar is 27.20 mm. So the centroid of this whole figure, will be situated at a distance of x bar is equal to 50 mm. So from y axis 50 mm. So this is this center line. Okay. And y bar is equal to 27 means, see, this is 30. So below that, somewhere here, the centroid will be there. Okay. Somewhere here, you will get the centroid of the total figure. This diagram is not accurate up to the points, but below these two centroid, you will get the centroid of this total figure. So the next numerical, locate the CG, locate the centroid of following figure. So now draw the diagram. This type of diagram is there. Now the dimensions are this is 600, this is 400, and again this is 300. Okay, this is 600 mm, and this is 400 mm, and this is 300 mm. Now locate the centroid. Try to solve it by yourself. Solve this example. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes. Solve it. Otherwise, I will solve. So about which axis the given diagram is symmetric?
Neither.
Okay. So it is not symmetric about x-axis as well as it is not symmetric about y-axis. So in both the cases, you have to use the formula now. Okay. Now in the both the cases, you should use the formula. What is our conventional formula that you should use? X bar A1, X1, A2, X2 for Y bar A1, Y1, A2, Y2. Because here the given diagram is not symmetric about any of the axis. X ला पण symmetric नाही आणि Y ला पण symmetric नाही. So तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट शॉर्टकट इथं काही मिळणार नाहीये एक्स बार किंवा वाय बार. तुम्हाला कन्व्हेन्शनल फॉर्म्युले यूज करावे लागतील टू कॅल्क्युलेट एक्स बार अँड वाय बार. So here, first of all, what we will do, we will divide the figure into some known areas. So I will call this rectangle or this semicircle as my area 1, this rectangle as my area second area, and this triangle, right angle triangle, is my third area. Okay. These are my areas, first, second, and third. First, then this is second, then this is my third area. So then I will locate the reference axis. So the location of the reference axis from left hand side corner, it is x-axis. Why we always take left hand side corner? Because we want to keep our figure in the first quadrant. So that is why we will draw the reference axis like this. If you see in the book, different book has given different methods. Okay, in some book they may take the figure in second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, whatever they want, but it will create unnecessarily the confusion of plus sign and minus sign. So it is better for us to keep our figure in the first quadrant. त्यामुळे क्लासमध्ये जी मेथड तुम्हाला शिकवली आहे ती मेथड फॉलो करा. तुम्ही पुस्तकात जर बघितलं तर थोडंफार तुम्हाला व्हेरिएशन दिसत. ओके, यू टेक द प्रॉब्लेम फ्रॉम द बुक but solve it by our method, whatever you are learning over here. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now we will find out first a1, a2, a3. Okay, first we will find out a1, then what is the value of a2, and then what is the value of a3. a2 is equal to and a3 is equal to. So first is a1. A1 is the semicircle. What is the formula for semicircle?
Pi r square by 2.
Pi r square by 2, which is equal to pi. What is the radius now?
200 mm.
Radius is 200 mm. 200 square divided by 2. आता कुठून आली 200? तर इथं बघा, this dimension is 400. This is rectangle, so this is also 400. If this is 400, this dimension is also 400. and हा म्हणजेच काय तर तुमच्या सेमीसर्कलचा बेस आहे. आणि बेस म्हणजेच काय असतंय तर डायमीटर असते. बिकॉज तुम्ही इथं सेंटर घेणार, इथं कंपास ठेवणार आणि सेमीसर्कल असं ड्रॉ करणार. सो ही म्हणजे काय झाली तुमची रेडियस. सो बेस म्हणजे काय होईल डायमीटर. सो इफ द डायमीटर इज 400 then radius is 200. So what is the a1 value of a1?
62832. 2832 mm square.
62832 mm square. एवढं मोठं येते का?
Yes.
Okay, ठीक आहे. Then a2 is the rectangle. It is 600 mm by 400 mm. So 600 by 400. How much it is? How much it is?
240000.
Okay, it is 240000 mm square. And then a3 is the triangle. So half into base into height, half into 300 into this height is 600. So what is the area a3?
90,000.
90,000 mm square. So this is a1, a2, a3. Now we will calculate y1, y2, y3. y1 is equal to, now y1 means what? Y1 means you should go to the first figure. First figure is your semicircle. The centroid of this semicircle, okay, which is situated somewhere here, and the distance of this centroid from this x-axis is nothing but your y1. So तुम्हाला मी एक फॉर्म्युला शिकवला होता. The centroid of the semicircle is at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi. पण कुठून? From base. Okay, from base. Now this is the base. See, this is the base of the semicircle. So this distance will be 4r by 3 pi. And the below distance will be, this is 600, it is given. So your y1 will be, it is 600 plus 4r upon 3 pi. Right? बरोबर है ना? समझले का? So the formula for the semicircle is the centroid of the semicircle, it should be at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from base. So this is 4r by 3 pi and below that it is 600. So from x-axis this is 600 plus 4r by 3 pi. This will be the distance. Now put the values. 600 plus 4r. So 4 into radius is 200 divided by 3 pi. So put this in the bracket. So solve this bracket first and then add 600.
684.88.
684.88.
88.
Okay. Others, please do check the answers. Then y2 is equal to y2 is, this is my second figure. Now I should see the
300.
second figure. This is here somewhere the centroid of the second figure will be there. Okay. So y2 will be, if this total is 600, if this total is 600, then this will be
300.
300. So your y2 will be 600 divided by 2, which is equal to 300 mm. And last one is y3. So y3 is equal to centroid of this right angle triangle. Here is the angle 90 degree. So from 90 degree, the centroid is at a distance of h by 3. Okay, so it is b by 3 and h by 3.
200.
So h by 3, which is equal to, height is 600 divided by 3, which is equal to 200. Okay, so this is y1, y2, y3. Now we will calculate x1, x2, x3. x1, x2 and x3. Okay. Now for x1, x2 and x3, see, this is the centroid of the first diagram. This is the centroid of the first diagram. So
200.
now x bar, what is the formula for x bar of the semicircle? X bar is equal to r. Y bar is 4r by 3 pi. X bar is equal to r. You are having this formula in your notebook. You can refer this case. Okay, this type of semicircle, I have given you the formula how to solve this. So it's y bar is 4r by 3 pi and x bar is equal to radius r. So here x bar is equal to r, which is the radius, which is equal
200.
to 200 mm. Then next thing is that, now this is the second centroid. Now we want to find out x2. So x2 should be measured from y-axis. x2 कुठून मेजर होणार आहे y-axis पासून. सो इथून इथपर्यंत डिस्टन्स किती आहे? हे जर
200.
टोटल 400 असेल तर हे किती असणार? b/2 and d/2. सो b/2 means 400 divided by 2. So it is 200.
500.
It is 400 divided by 2, which is equal to 200 mm. And then last one is this
400 plus 100.
Okay, this one. Okay, so for this one we are having the formula from right angle. See, from this right angle, the centroid of this triangle is at a distance of b by 3.
B by 3.
It is from right angle, so right angle is here at this point, but we want the distance from y-axis.
Y-axis.
So in this distance you should add this 400. So your distance will be, I will write here, this is b by 3 from right angle, because here the right angle is there, but we want the distance from y-axis, so we should add 400 in that. So it will be 400 plus
100.
b by 3, which is equal to 400 plus your b is 300 by 3. Okay, so it is 500. It is 500. Now we know all the values. इथपर्यंतच महत्वाचा पार्ट आहे, बाकी काय तुम्हाला फक्त फॉर्म्युला मध्ये व्हॅल्यू टाकायच्या. हे समजलंय का सांगा? y1, y2, y3, x1, x2, x3.
Yes, sir.
इकडं समजलंय? तुम्हाला समजलंय का x1, x2, x3 च्या व्हॅल्यूज कशा आल्या ते? ओके. So now just use the formula. Use the formula for x bar and use the formula for y bar. Now next part is very simple. So x bar is equal to, now our formula is a1 x1 plus
Yes.
a2 x2. Here there is no deduction, so plus sign you should use, divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Now just put the values. What is the value of a1? 62832. x1 is 200. 62832 into 200 plus 24 200 So it is 24000 into 200 plus third area is 90,000 and x3 is 500. So it is 90,000 into 500. And this whole it is divided by 62832 plus 24000 plus 90,000. Therefore, x bar is equal to
268.73.
किती आला?
268.73.
268.73 mm. Please check the answer. Similarly, y bar is equal to a1y1 plus a2y2 plus a3y3 whole divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3, which is equal to 62832 into y1. What is the value of y1? 684.88 plus this is a2 into y2 is y2 value of y2 is 300 plus 90,000 into 200. This is y3. And this whole divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Therefore, y bar is equal to
338.64.
338.64. So please check the answers whether these two answers are correct. Is it right?
X bar is equal to 268.73.
Okay, so x bar value is correct, it is confirmed. So now y bar value, check the y bar value, is it right? Y bar value correct आहे का? 338.64. You are taking too much time for the calculation. Calculation should be very fast and accurate. ही तर आता सुरुवातीचं कॅल्क्युलेशन आहे, परत मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शियाला ह्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त कॅल्क्युलेशन आहे.
तर मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शियाचे पण फॉर्म्युले सिमिलर असतात ना?
नाही चेंज असतात, असे नसतात फॉर्म्युले. पण तुम्हाला स्टँडर्ड फॉर्म्युले असणार या सगळ्या फिगर्ससाठी आणि तुम्हाला असंच कॉम्पोजिट फिगरसाठी मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया कॅल्क्युलेट करावं लागतं. फॉर्म्युले वेगळे पण पॅटर्न हाच आहे.
ओके सर.
There you need to use two types of theorems are there: parallel axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem.
येस सर.
So in the next lecture we will see the moment of inertia. अजून मला कन्फर्मेशन काय आलं नाही बरं का y बारचं. आलंय का नाही आन्सर काय? ओके, यू सॉल्व इट. तेवढ्या वेळात मी अटेंडन्स घेतो. then we will stop over here for today. Remaining part we will see in the next lecture. We will start with moment of inertia. So I think this much of practice is sufficient for you. I hope now you understood the concept of CG, how to calculate the CG. Okay, so in the next lecture we will study moment of inertia, and at home please see this once again. What are the formulas for the CG? Because when you learn the formulas for CG and the moment of inertia also, then you may get confused. Okay. So prepare well for this centroid. Okay, so okay, so give the attendance. Roll number 1,
Present.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6,
Present.
7,
Present, sir.
8. 8 is present. 9,
Present, sir.
10,
Present, sir.
11,